Welcome back, guys. This is Jason, KM4ACK. Today, I wanted to try something a bit different than what I normally do. Today, we're going to try to call CQ over the 2-meter calling frequency and see if we get any responses. Stick around. We'll jump right into it. So I've driven up to the tallest point in our area, Short Mountain. It's in right outside of Woodbury, Tennessee, and the elevation here is about 2,100 feet. Typical elevation in this area is probably around 500 or 600 feet above sea level, so this is a pretty tall point in the region. We have several communication towers up here. In fact, 2 or 3 different ham radio repeaters are also located on the top of this mountain. So I thought it'd be a good spot to come up, gain a little bit of elevation, and see if we can make a few contacts this morning. Let's see what happens. KM4ACK 52 Simplex. Anybody else on frequency? KM4ACK 52 Simplex. Anybody else on frequency and monitoring? KM4ACK 52 Simplex.
KM4ACK N0JPD calling on Simplex.
Good morning, Andy. I'm taking it you were down in the shack kind of hanging out before you got going with the wife's to-do list today.
I thought that was probably you when I heard something coming in on Simplex. I can hear you talking. Can't understand what you're saying too well. I don't know if you're set up on top of the mountain yet. I can tell it's you, but I can't really pick out what you're saying. You have your did you say you had the you had your pole up in the air and you got the J pole going?
Roger, that's correct. I raised it up about another 2-3 feet to see if that would help at all.
Well, that was much better right there. There was still a little bit of noise in there, but I could tell everything you were saying right there.
Okay, I didn't bring any extra coax with me, so I can't push it any further up the pole. I've got it up probably 10-12 feet in height above me.
Yeah, that made all the difference in the world there. I can hear every word you're saying there. There's a little noise in there with it, but that made you everything you're saying. So yeah, that extra couple feet definitely did the trick for that.
Well, that's good to know anyway. Kind of a cool experiment riding up here. So yeah, if I could get another, if I'd have brought some extra coax with me, I could have probably got up another 10, maybe 15 feet. It would have definitely made a huge difference. Oh yeah, 5.9 here on your copy. So yeah, I'm just running to 5 watts. It'd be interesting if you want to back yours down to say 510 watts, and let's see how that comes through.
Okay, right here is 10 watts. 10 watts. How you copy on that?
You know, I lost some signal on the S meter of the Yazoo radio, but absolutely perfectly readable. Just a hint of white noise. I'm not sure it's a whole lot more than what I had before, though. Go ahead and back down to 5 watts. Let's see what happens.
Alrighty, here is 5 watts. 5 watts. How copy on 5 watts?
Yep, a little bit of white noise in there with you, but still perfectly readable. It'd be interesting. I think that's as low as you can go is 5 watts.
Anybody else copying these stations? Anybody else up there on Simplex? N0JPD.
K4HCK, I believe it was. KM4ACK. Are you copying me or Andy, N0JPD?
KM4ACK, this is Kilo 4 Hotel Charlie Kilo. I'm actually copying both of you guys out there, hearing you pretty well. Hearing you a little bit stronger right now up there. It sounds like you're on Short Mountain.
Well, it's good to hear somebody else in here. We're just kind of playing around this morning. Yeah, I am up on top of the mountain. What's your location?
I am in Murfreesboro, the south side of Murfreesboro, kind of near Broad and South Rutherford Boulevard, that area down in there. So yeah, hearing you guys pretty clear. Just been scanning around and heard you all come up.
Roger, roger. Okay, yeah, know right about exactly where you are. This isn't Kale by chance, is it?
It is. That is correct. This is Kale.
Okay, Kale, that's, I thought I recognized that call sign. I believe you're the one that puts out the amateur radio newsletter, or at least until you went on hiatus to finish up school. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, and actually, yeah, I recognize both of you all's call signs. I've heard you all in the past. I don't think I've ever spoken to either one of you, but yeah, that is correct.
You're all right. Andy, how are you copying Kale over there on the south side of the borough?
Copying you real good, Kale. I raised my power back up. We were trying to see how low we could get Jason to copy him, but yeah, I got a full, good, solid copy on you, Kale, over here, and I'm in Smyrna.
My work, actually working on schoolwork, so I heard the radio come on, and it tore me away a little bit, so can't let that happen too often, but yeah, good to talk to you all.
All right, good to talk to you this morning, Kale, and maybe we'll catch you later down the log. KM4ACK.
All right, you all have a good rest of your day. This is K4ACK. I will be clear.
Real good. Yeah, good to talk to you there, Kale. Well, so at least you definitely get hitting Murfreesboro and Smyrna. It's good there, Jason. It's amazing what the height on top of that mountain will do for you. Pretty cool. Nice day for going up there. Well, that's pretty good. It was a nice little experiment anyway. At least you know what you can do with a little bit of height, and it's amazing what the difference in just a couple watts does as far as VHF.
Indeed it is. I learned another lesson this morning. I got to make sure that I put extra coax in the Jeep, at least get another 10, maybe 15 foot section so I can get this antenna up just a bit higher. I hadn't played with this roll-up J-pole in a while, and I didn't remember how short the coax lead was on it, but it's one of those little bitty ones made out of twin lead and got some real thin coax on it, so I'm sure the losses are quite great with this little bitty coax, even though it's only got about 5 or 6 feet on it. But I need to get something else, maybe some RG8X, and maybe about 10 or 15 more feet of it to put on here.
Oh yeah. If you had another 10 or 15 feet, it would probably make a huge difference. But even using the smaller coax, you're not getting a whole lot of loss because not that much power. But yeah, I can imagine if you had another 10 or 15 feet, it would. I'm pretty sure you'd make it on the 2.5 watts then.
Well, we only wound up making a couple of contacts this morning, but hey, that's better than none, and this was completely unscheduled. It's not like it was a big contesting weekend for VHF or anything. So I learned a little bit. I definitely need to get a little bit more coax to tie onto this J-pole antenna so I can get a little bit higher up in the air. Just another probably 3 feet, maybe if that. One more section of the push-up pole, and I went from barely readable to a solid copy. So every little bit of height helps, even when you're up at 2,000 feet elevation. All right, guys, until next time, 7-3.